guys were live.
We're over a minute or two late because we got distracted.
We got distracted with police chasing videos, and there was a really good one, and
We just had to see the end of it.
Yeah, we had to see the end of it.
It does remind me of something. Speaking of all those, and the one cop car that ended up on fire.
Yeah.
So apparently, Ohio State Police had bought a bunch of Durangos, SRT Durangos, as vehicles.
Like actual SRT ones or RT
yes.
ones?
Either RTs or SRTs. I don't know. They may have been, probably RTs.
Yeah.
But obviously police packages and all that kind of stuff. And they had an absolute rash of engine failures.
Huh.
And Stellantis, sounds like a drug of some sort, has decided not to really do anything for them. So apparently they're just decided they're just going to wipe their hands of them, and those things are going to auction as is.
Wow.
So that's got a...
Stellantis, if your engine lasts more than 4 hours, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't contact your doctor.
Mike, happy tropical storm. Yeah, Crystal River got hammered pretty hard. Homosassa got hammered. I can only imagine what Ozello and Fort Island looked like.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be rough.
That picture of...
Two-leg shot made it through high and dry again.
Yep. Thank God.
Crystal River Ford dealership.
Yes.
I've already seen it.
Oh, that was like up to the top windows.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah, that was...
and
that was
like,
that was,
I saw the picture like when you sent it, and I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, that's like... Those windows are high.
I was going to say, that's a good 6 to 7 feet of water right there.
If not more.
Yeah,
at that one spot. Like, that's...
And you can tell where that picture was taken from 19.
Yeah.
And there's probably 4 to 5 feet of elevation from 19
they were on 19
from 19 to the parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Because it looked like they were in the median, so that's a little bit higher. So, but still, that place is... Yeah.
It's bad.
That place is bad.
And that happens every time there's a tropical storm. They get water.
Not that bad.
Well, the last time they got it that bad was Hermine. Yeah, but Hermine was 6.5 feet. This is a new record. This is 7.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they got water March of 93 storm, too.
Yeah.
Well, they got water...
They got water a lot, but I'm just saying that was...
Can we get a discount on some parts from them? I mean, obviously nothing electronic. But, hey, you got any belts and, belts? Well, you don't want the oil filters, but you got any belts?
Lost power at 2 a.m., got it back around 8:30, had no cell service until the power came back and had to use Wi-Fi.
We really, we had the power flicker a couple of times.
I don't even think it flickered at my house, which
flickered off, came right back on, as in, and we're back. Twice?
Yeah, no, we went out for, I think our longest time was a couple minutes, and then it popped back on, down, but we're also Seco, so literally the house right there, they're Duke.
Yeah.
And that, but you also go, 5 streets up from us, they're still Duke. For some reason, we have this little section over here that's Seco, and I love it, because I hate Duke so much. So this is great, but they had probably... What is Seneca, about 6 blocks that way? 5-6 blocks that way. One where I can stand at the end of our driveway right there, and I could see the power trucks. They had and like Jason said, there was a power pole that split over there, but also a couple trees that came down across the Popka, because up until probably about 3 o'clock this afternoon, they had a good 4-block radius of a Popka shut, completely closed off, and you had to go around because there was trees down. My work got shit hammered. I got probably 200 and something feet of fence down, and that it caught the chain link and literally just popped every single metal tie on it and just took the entire thing down. There's going to be a lot of cleanup on my back 40. I mean, there is half of trees split apart, all that. But coming up, 41, almost near Dance House, right by Independence, that lakeside thing.
Yeah.
Those big trees in front of the condos.
Yeah. 3
of them, those big oaks, split in half, and we're over 41, and we had to go into the turn lane to go around them and all that. They were working on them. But yeah, even downtown got some damage. Stump knockers got damage to their whole front fascia and all that. A couple of actual street lights came down. And that, but
that's not surprising. I mean, Main Street where it goes through there, and that where they call it Main Street, downtown Inverse, and all that stuff. But that used to be Main Street. If you're heading from that side of town to this side of town, and as you kind of come across or get by at Seminole,
where it kind of goes
and it
jerks
kind
to the
of
right.
goes this way.
It never did. It
used to
went
go
straight.
straight down there, and then where you hit the stop sign to the cul-de-sac parking area, it went that way.
Yeah.
And then, but they couldn't widen that anymore. So when they started doing the widening project, they bought up the property and buildings behind all that, and that's when they did the road alignment that we know now.
Yeah.
But with what the city of Inverness just calls like their Main Street district, that actually was Main Street right through there. So, and you figure that way that is, you get wind flowing through there just right, just kind of tumbles through there. It can it can whip up. Yep, that truck's done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
definitely
Be
not.
watching out for really good deals on Facebook Marketplace for the next few months. Those are flood cars. Don't buy them.
And sadly, it's not freshwater.
Yeah.
I really want to get that. There's a mosquito right on your. No, it's flying right here. It was on your arm. I was gonna whack it. Yeah, no, those aren't freshwater flood cars where it might be all right.
No, that's salt and brackish.
That's
is
it's
salt
done.
water.
It's
It's
done.
done.
It's done instantly.
So the insurance companies are very, very firm. If the water touches the bottom of the center console,
It's
Done.
it's done. Reason being is if it touches that, it touched all the connectors on the bottom of the seat. It touched the airbags. It touched the airbag harness.
And usually the ECU is in the kick panel right there.
A lot of times you got ECUs in the kick panel. If it touched the bottom of that, we're done.
Yeah.
We're not worrying about it.
No,
We've got a
because
floor harness that got inundated with salt water. We're not
Done.
going to
they
try.
they will never get all the bugs out of that thing.
Yeah,
never.
You can't put a box of dry rice on it. No, it's good. That's not gonna help.
No, that's beyond dunking in a box of rice.
Right.
Yeah.
So, how did your work fare?
I don't know yet. I know we didn't get any water in the shop. I know that. We're out of power as of 7 o'clock tonight.
From what Two Legs tell, like he shut his shop down yesterday before it came in because they had no power. Because apparently they were shutting power off west of 19.
We shut down Wednesday at 2:30.
Yeah, it may have been Wednesday that he was out.
They shut us down 2:30. It went 2:30 Wednesday because we had a evacuation order.
Yeah.
They had everything on that side of 19 under evacuation order, and Jenkins doesn't play.
Yeah.
Jenkins goes, the law is telling us we have to leave. We have to obey the law. We have to go.
Well, that's what you should do, and that. And
Well, when it was Citrus Kia, when it was privately owned, they'd go, evacuation order? I don't care if there's a hurricane, get to work.
yeah,
We got stuff to do.
There's a Waffle House still open somewhere.
Right.
yeah, but the Waffle House isn't in a flood zone.
No joke, I had one time, I don't remember what storm it was. I want to say maybe it was when Hermine came through. Or it was something similar to Hermine. Where it was like we had a full-blown tropical storm hitting us dead on. And I called that morning, I was like, are we working? And they're like, yeah, of course we are. It's just a tropical storm. I had to drive to work and leave in a tropical storm. Because they were like, yeah, we're working. Of course we're working. Why wouldn't we be?
Yeah, no. As of as of this morning.
Yeah, he said Napa closed at 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. As of I think it was 1:30, 1 o'clock this afternoon, at Sabrina School, there were up to 56 people in the shelter up
Oh,
there.
wow.
And they're actually tomorrow at 8. The Citrus Springs Community Center. They're opening that up as a Red Cross disaster shelter.
Yeah.
And that for people other people that got displaced and all that. So, and I've lived in this county 16, 17 years now. I mean, Florida the whole life. I've lived in the county below us and all that. So Hernando Citrus, I've never seen one of those shelters open up. So that
This is a big one. This is the big one.
AutoZone was sure to stay open till 9 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
Like this one, I don't know if you saw the pictures, but floodwater was all the way up to Martin Luther on 44.
Well, and
Yeah.
that surprised me
That's
because I
hot.
know what store he's talking about because that's the store his wife works at. That's the one literally right freaking there across from Racetrack.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the
That's
water,
where water was
yeah,
at.
the water was at y'all's parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, what
yeah,
the
like,
heck?
Yeah, the water was once again right up there to MLK Drive where they put
I've
the light up. That was
never
all.
seen-
And did you see
the
that
water
car
that
that was?
high.
Yeah, and the car in the water at that light was up to the middle of its door.
No, I didn't see all the pictures.
Yeah, no, at the light right there, by that
They had
Napa right
Pendergast
there.
doing an interview right there, and he had that car in the background.
Mhm.
And yeah, that car was halfway underwater.
Mm-hmm. At that stoplight right there. And that was...
This is a big one.
Yeah,
This
it
one
was-
hurt.
And like I said,
even though the water's starting to go back, you still got more high tides and all that stuff. The water in those areas won't be out for a couple days.
yeah,
It's
it'll
gonna be
take a while for it
yeah.
to.
And so it's one of those. I don't. From the amount of damage that I've seen over with that, I don't know if I'll have. I mean, I might have to go into it. I don't think school will be open on Monday. I mean,
Yeah, no, because any of the schools over on that side
yeah,
are
and
done.
it's one of those like
And
Chris River Middle School had water in it. The primary school just about had water in it. I'm not sure about the high school, but Homosassa Elementary had to be
yeah,
thing. But it's one of those we don't open up like as long as we got people in the shelter.
yeah.
We can't close it unless like because normally it's you got some of the homeless people here that like stay until we're like, hey, you got to go. Like everybody else that like is gone.
But yeah, you can't have kids in school with
but
unknown.
Well, no,
other
it's not.
people
It's
in the
not
school.
only that. It's they normally won't open up all the schools like back if they can't open up all of them.
Right.
Even if one school, because at that point it's one they don't have a place to put them and all
So
that.
where the pin is, that's one of the guys that Brett's knows, the
Mhm.
bug killer guy.
Oh yeah,
He had water in his house.
yeah.
And like I said, then that's right close to
Yeah,
Chris River High School.
Yeah, so I don't, and it's not because of anything
Oh,
else.
yeah.
It's one of those I just see that with the amount of damage over, I can see it being probably another day or two. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the spokesperson in that. It just off of the shit that I've seen before and know how stuff.
Well,
works,
I mean,
can see it
like I said, I did
lasting a while.
saw one news report today where the guy was standing in Homosassa at the Hardee's parking lot, and it water up to 19 there too.
Yeah.
So it's like the the schools down there,
Mhm.
Halls River and all that kind of stuff, Homosassa Elementary and all that, they're cooked.
Yeah. It was definitely. I mean, we did have a decent amount of wind here. Before I went to bed, just after midnight, the highest gust at the airport, literally not even a quarter mile at the end of our
If
road
that.
right here. Like I walk to it every single day, and it's usually only like 2,000 steps. They were.
That'd be 1,000 steps for one of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, my steps are different than all y'all. No, we've actually seen that because I'm like, hey, look, I did 2,000 steps. Sabrina's like, I only did 1,100. I'm like, yeah, no, it's my little feet. Anyway,
Wait for me, I got little legs.
yes. But it was right before I went inside. After the door got ripped out of my hands the second time, it was 68 miles per hour, and I'm like, yep, now I'm going back to bed. It's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, I went out. I didn't go to bed until like 1:30, so I went out about 1 o'clock and went out and opened the side door of the garage. And it calmed down a little bit, and I'm kind of watching, and I literally felt the pressure drop, and then
And you, yeah.
I felt the pressure drop, and it was like tension on the door, and I'm like, nope, slam.
Oh. We were sitting out here. I gotta show you one video, man. I had this thing as loud as it could go. We were doing drunk karaoke on the back porch during the thing. It was great. I got to one video of where Toto's Africa was playing, and we're dancing, and it just slowed down enough. I open up the door, and then it's like we're about to bless the rains in Africa, and all of a sudden you hear, whoo, and the door goes shrung, and I'm like, yep, oh, come on, got hit with a
We're done.
like literally a branch came flying in, hit me in the chest. I'm like, come on,
We're
come
done.
on.
Yeah, luckily, like I said, we had one branch come down. It was just, about 6 or 7 feet long, and it was, just one. And the
Yeah.
rest of it was literally just all kinds of just small twigs and leaves and
I was
shit.
gonna
Just
say, you see already.
We
Scattered
had
everywhere.
the one gust of wind that like made it pucker up a little bit. Like
Mhm.
we had one hit the side of the house that it made the whole house kind of
Yep.
just. You heard the foundation squeak, and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like
So
that at all.
I had
That's not
I
fun.
bought a house, not an elevator.
Yes, that's not
I
fun.
put both the garbage cans in the shed and all that because I'm like they were full of trash because today was our trash day,
Mhm.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting them in the garage. They're full of trash that's been sitting out for the last couple days outside. I'm not I'm
in the
not putting
garage.
that in the garage. So I put them out in the shed, and I had that one blue one that normally sits up front, and that so that one didn't have it had like some water and just some other crap in it. So I put it next to our bedroom window. You know how we got that little wall that sticks out? So I had it right up against the house, in between that, and then you got the fence there. So it's like I was like, that ain't going anywhere. Literally tapped it and all that, but it was right underneath our electrical box.
Did it go somewhere?
I found it this morning in the front yard over there. And when we were on the back porch, when the wind was picking up and we got a couple of those good gusts, we kept on hearing something. We're like, something's hitting like the roof or something like that. Yeah, I found out it was the garbage can had
Bouncing off that wall trying to escape.
bounced up there, gone over the roof, and gone into in the front yard. I'm like, oh,
shit.
that's why it sounded like something, like we heard something hit, like it hit the metal roof. We heard it, like something dunk, dunk, dunk. And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Your chickens do okay?
Yes, they did fine.
You had the high-vis straps on them.
I was
going
gonna
to
say, it's one of those, anytime the
They
ain't going nowhere.
I didn't realize they were high vis, the light would hit, I'm like, man, those things are shiny. I'm like, man, those are high vis.
Yeah.
Safety chickens.
But yeah, no, they did fine. You could tell a couple times that part of the coop wanted to try to do something, but no, they hunkered down at the bottom, and then about this time they started to move up into the actual nesting box, and they were in there. And yeah, no, they hunkered down that entire time, and they came down this morning like, what the hell happened?
How'd the doggos act?
But we had to drug Dio because he started with the pressure dropping. That it messes with him a lot, and he was starting to be psycho. And we had him out here for a little bit with us, and yeah, he was just starting to just be a nervous Nelly. And that Lemmy and Lady,
A bit overwhelmed for him.
yeah, Lemmy slept most of it. Lady was upside down, asleep, snoring with her face shoved through the crate. Yeah, before it got bad, we let them all out and put them up, but yeah, no, they were fine. And then when she went to bed, we got Dio out and brought him in with her. And then when I was getting ready to go into bed, I let me out, and I'm like, "You want to come outside?" I opened up the door, it flung open. He looked at me, he's like, "Nope, I'm going inside." I'm like, okay, let's go. Oh, we're frozen. Oh no, never mind.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, so
We're missing something.
a beer.
Beer.
Oh, and a Dan.
Oh shit, Dan's not here. Fuck.
That's why we went for the beer first, because priorities.
Right.
Oh well.
Yeah, Dan wasn't able to make it. He wasn't feeling good, so we all decided as a group to carry on without him.
Top
So
tier
if
rules.
you
Top
would
tier
like
rules.
to be a new presenter on Pints and Pistons, please email us at pintsandpistons@gmail.com.
/ Dan is dead.
Yeah, put that in the subject thing and tell us why you would like to take his job. So anyway, let me go get a beer.
Moving along.
I'm sure you guys probably already talked about it. The final episode.
I didn't see it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
It's sad. It's pretty depressing to watch. Like, not depressing, but like it's saying goodbye to something that's been part of my life for a very long time.
It's been a part of all of our lives for a long time.
You know, they were together 20 years, man. That's
Yeah.
that's a long time. 20 years of pop culture just ended.
Well, not really. Like I said, May's got his stuff going on. Hammond's got his stuff going on. Clarkson has his stuff going on.
But they will never be together again.
Not like
on
they were.
screen. And that's where the magic was. Like, I like Clarkson's Farm; it's pretty good. And Clarkson's okay. He's sort of almost funny, entertaining-ish by himself. James May, I like James May when he's doing like technical presentations.
Yes.
Like when he did his toy stuff, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch because he genuinely is passionate about that.
Yeah.
Richard Hammond.
Yeah, he's doing the drive type thing and the smallest cog, and he's got something on Discovery
Yeah,
Plus.
he's all right. The magic of those three was those three,
Yeah.
and them not being on screen together is a big thing to me.
Yeah.
Don't bring that up. I don't want to cry.
We have to talk about it.
Talk about what?
Exactly.
No, well, no. I
Talking about
we
the
talked
final
about-
episode. Did
I
we
thought
talk
we already
about
talked
did
about that.
Did we talk about it last episode? Because I wasn't here.
Well, talk that it was going to happen.
No.
That it had come
We
on.
talked- That was the...
You hadn't watched it because
No, but
it was
came
posted.
out on
It
what,
was
the-
posted, but you hadn't watched it. And I still haven't.
Oh,
seen it.
yeah, okay.
And I still haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
no, we're frozen again. Well, we were just frozen again.
No, we're not. We're good.
Yeah, no, we did.
Did it freeze for a split second? So this is one I found. Hidden Headwaters Red Lager. I found this. Guess where I found this?
Aldi?
Nope.
Earth Fair.
Earth Fair.
Not gonna lie, the last beer that I got at Earth Fair, and I had forgotten just how, as the kids like to say, how fire their beer selection
Their
is.
beer selection is still good. It's not as good as it used to be, though.
Earth Fair.
Earth Fair.
Fair.
Like I said, the last beer that I brought, I got from
thing,
there.
by the way. You're My Boy Blue. That was a brew bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Who's it by now?
What's the one that did the hibiscus beers? Florida Avenue.
Really? Did they buy them?
I guess so.
Are you sure?
The can says Florida Avenue Brewing Company now. It's You're My Boy Blue. Same can, same artwork.
Yeah.
Now it says Florida Avenue.
Yeah, that was a brew bus beer.
But that was Brew Bus originally.
Ooh, look at the color on this.
Ooh.
I want to Google it. That's worth a Google.
Ooh, it's foamy.
A little spicy there.
I guess I did. I went a little hot. So I'm curious if Brew Bus got bought out by Florida Avenue.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Florida Avenue Brewing, You're My Boy Blue.
Yeah.
Now, was it always?
No, it was brew bus.
Are we sure?
Pretty sure that
So
was.
here's the one from Brew Bus. And then there's the one from Florida Avenue.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely the same artwork and everything.
Now, when we had it, was
It was brew bus.
It was?
Yeah, because brew bus
Yeah.
was the same one that did Diver Down and all those. Anyway.
Brew Bus acquires Florida Avenue Brewing, plans rebrand.
Huh, so it's the opposite.
Interesting.
So did they buy... No, that's 2016. So when we had that Brew Bus, that had already happened.
But it was still labeled as brew bus.
Yeah.
Buzz, Rolling Dirty.
Yeah.
Brew Bus, Basic Bitch.
Oh yeah, that's another one that kind of grinds my gears. The last time I saw Basic Bitch on the shelf, they edited out bitch, and it was just Basic Bitch.
Aw.
I'm like, come on.
Ooh, I got one to... Sorry, I'm trying to look at our...
Not good at multitasking, apparently.
No.
Oh. Oh. Hold on.
Well done, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Just a proper red lager.
Yeah,
Proper. Perfect. Oh.
it's just good.
Oh, it's just good.
It's just good. Mike?
Yeah,
you
no, yeah.
So if you concentrate on the matter at hand,
That's
please.
what I'm trying.
Ooh.
But I'm also thinking about the couple beers that are in my fridge that my brother-in-law gave me that we were talking about the basic white bitch, the
No, that was just basic. The one that they
yeah,
had
the
was
pumpkin spice one, right?
yeah, it was just called Basic Bitch. Now it's called Basic B with the.
Who did that one?
I thought that was Brew Bus.
So one of my coworkers is finding out why you don't want to live on the water.
Oh yeah. At least not unless you have a still house and a place to go to.
He doesn't have a still house.
He's in for a rough time.
Yep. He lost everything.
Yep. Did he evacuate?
Yeah, he evacuated, but
So these are the newest ones that my brother-in-law gave me. There's that one.
Mommy's PS Palm City Brewing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. This one apparently is more hazy, but tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Mommy's Pumpkin Spice Latte Pumpkin Ale.
Yeah.
Gummies Fruit Punch IPA.
It's also
Ooh.
almost 10%.
Oh.
And then that one.
All Hallows Treat Imperial Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout. Oh, god
Oh,
damn.
dang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And also,
I mean,
do
fantastic artwork, though.
I know. He
love
gave
the
it to me.
artwork.
I'm like, oh god. I'm like, that's that. He's like, yeah, I saved you that because of it. I'm like, thank you.
That's cool.
I do also have a 4-pack on top of the fridge that I've had for a couple months now that he gave me. That I'm waiting until at least October so we can do it and that. So that'll be one of ours. But it's I forgot what it is, but it's a good one.
Okay,
But
cool.
it's gonna be a higher octane. That's
Understandable.
Well, everything that he gives me is higher octane.
That's true. Yeah, one time we went down to see Celtic Conundrum down at Marker 48,
Uh-huh.
and me and him and Ryan, the three of us, pretty much, with the exception of the IPAs, we pretty much, between the three of us, tried
Taste tested everything.
every single thing on there that was up on the beer menu at the time.
Uh-huh.
And we were actually able to get some of the special beers that they normally don't sell to everybody. We got some of
Oh,
those
yeah.
too. One time we were there, and I got one of those by mistake.
The red light return.
red
yeah.
light return.
I would love to try that.
It was like Red Right Return, but instead of a red ale, it was a bock,
Uh-huh.
and it was like the profile of Red Right Return, but toned back a little bit, so it was closer to this.
Right.
It was absolutely delicious.
See, because I like red light return, but it's so dry.
Yeah,
It's so dry that it's
Oh, see, I
it's good, but it's dry.
the 4-pack that I have. So we've had pumpkin before.
yeah.
This is their caramel pumpkin.
I saw that at Publix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was been at Publix. Like I said, they started stocking the Marsdens. I'm looking. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we've had some of these. Maybe
Oh,
not
yeah,
on the
no,
show, but I know that we've had them all
Yeah,
at one time or another.
Southern
between,
Tier is one of Ryan's favorite. Well, they're from Jersey. and
Yeah.
that, but they're the ones that also do the Sweet Baby Jesus and all that stuff. Which I really one of these times I'm gonna grab Sweet Baby Jesus because we've done the first one that I introduced you guys to was when they did that one-off of For Pete's Sake and that, which was the high octane.
I did not like that
But
one.
it was because it was high octane. That one was like 9% or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was. I
Regular-
think it was higher than that. I think it was the
regular-
alcohol content on top of the peanuts that just
I
didn't
was
sit
gonna say
right
the
with me.
the regular Sweet Baby Jesus is I think like 5.4, 5.5. Like it's well under 6, and that one is one of my favorite peanut butter.
That's like the
peanut
diver.
butter
That's like the
chocolate.
diver down red ale.
Yeah.
It's 10.5%, which kind of takes the fun out of it.
Yeah. No, the regular Sweet Baby Jesus is one of my favorites, and that was one of the first ones that I tasted like that. And we've had a lot of them. But yeah, no, that one just it's good, and it's been probably a good 3-4 years since I had one, so I think it's time to.
You know, our list is getting so freaking big. At some point, we might just need to start kind of like going back to some of our earlier episodes.
Filtering through old stuff.
Kinda
and
go-
trying it.
I would love to do that.
Kinda go back, like-
I mean, if we can find it, like if we could find Emperor again, I loved Emperor so much.
I kind of want to revisit the Einstock.
Oh yes,
I
we
just saw that and I was almost thought
I've
about
seen
it.
that. Like I said,
Almost was
like I said, there's been times I've been up at Total Wine,
Oh yeah,
and I've
toasted
seen,
one is
like I said, and I've seen Einstock, and I'm going, oh goddamn, I kind of just want to bring that just for hell of it, just
Yeah.
just
You
to
see
surprise.
Einstock or Hawaiian Lion or any of the
There's-
like
I said-
Hawaiian Lion's the OG. That's the one that started this all. So
Yeah.
so it's one of those. Anytime I see that, I'm like, no, I am. Getting
then,
that. Like, oh.
Yeah, like I said, the Wakula Hefeweizen.
Mhm.
That was
Oh,
that was one of the ones that you brought. Every
Yeah.
time I see that, every time when we're out beer hunting, I see that one on the.
I grab
shelf,
it.
I'm just
because
like,
I can't. I don't find it that often.
I know, but it's like when I see it, I'm like, I kind of want to bring it, but I know we've already had it, so I'm always kind of like,
Yeah,
I
but,
don't want
but
to
no,
repeat,
that's
but
that's one of those that I wouldn't be sad on doing again.
Oh yeah, like I said,
Because it's not like you're bringing the hibiscus beer for the 5th time. Not you, but a certain someone. Which might be why he's dead. But it's one of those. I see that beer.
If you'd like to apply to be a presenter,
It's like that one. I see that beer and just instantly the flavor in my mouth is I'm walking through a Belk Lindsay and an old lady sprayed me in the mouth with a sample of perfume, like perfumes.
that one regularly shows up at the Publix by my house,
Ugh.
and every time I walk by it, I'm just like, Fuck that beer.
Right.
Like, if I wanted to eat potpourri, I'd eat potpourri. It's cheaper than buying the beer.
Yes.
It's cheaper than buying the beer.
just just throw that in a little metal cage and steep it like some tea. It'd be a whole lot cheaper.
I'm like, oh my god.
And probably tastes better.
I don't understand the hibiscus. I don't get it.
Yeah, because like I said, the rest of it.
And I've heard people.
And I
like,
say that
love,
as the person who brought it the second time accidentally.
Like I've heard people love.
Yeah,
like,
I do.
The hibiscus, some type of beer, but I'd be open to try another, not that one, but another one to see if maybe they just didn't. For some reason, maybe it's not paired right with like that style of beer,
or paired
something.
with the other shit that's in that beer, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I've heard a lot of people like not just like hipsters of that, but like other people are like, no, that's like, this one has like hints of hibiscus and it's actually really good. I'm like, you must be having a totally different beer than we are having because oh my god, that is horrible.
That was horrible. The one we had was absolutely awful.
So something I learned when I used to vape, there are certain flavors and certain ones that hit that perfume for us that other people genuinely enjoy. Like they get that perfume hit and they like it. And I don't know why. Because it's like battery acid. It's like ugh.
It's like the sour beers. Like I love sour stuff. Like if I'm going to get candy, I'm not getting anything sweet. Like if I'm getting a chocolate, it's either going to be Reese's peanut butter cups because the chocolate to peanut butter ratio doesn't really make it sweet.
The King cups.
Well, yeah.
Because you get a bigger hit of the peanut butter with the chocolate.
But like that, or like I'm getting dark chocolate. Like I don't like sweet stuff. Like I'm not going out getting a whole thing of Nerds or something like that. Like no, I'm getting like the Sour Patch Kids. Like I like sour tart stuff. That's always been like my favorite thing. So sour beers, I'm like, first time I heard about that, I'm like, this is right up. I'm gonna love this. First one I had, like, oh god, this is horrible. And I'm like, let me try another one. Maybe it was just, oh god, this is horrible too.
Yep. So it's because you're thinking the sour, aka tart flavor, and they mean sour,
like,
aka
it's bad.
Milk gone bad flavor.
Yes.
That's what they mean. It's a milk sour.
Yeah.
It is milk that has gone sour.
Yeah, but then they try to dress them up as a fruited sour.
They're not fruited sours. They are milk sours. They are dairy based, and they have spoiled.
Horrible. And they're horrible.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
It's like I've never understood people that they'll like have buttermilk or like anything where it's like that flavor, that dairy that has gone bad, like yogurt or
that's like
any of
there's
that.
so many people
like
in Sabrina's family that will literally sit down with like to dinner with a thing of buttermilk and drink that, and I'm like,
you're wrong.
Like
Like,
buttermilk.
you're
The
just
only reason
wrong.
we
I'm
have
sorry.
buttermilk is because like, hey, you marinate some pieces of meat in it and make it wonderful, or you do it with like when you're deep frying something or doing this, not to drink. No.
Yep.
No.
My
And
dad did that.
That's like somebody who would pick up a bottle of cooking sherry and decide that that's a good alcoholic beverage to
Right.
drink.
My dad used to drink buttermilk.
Or you mean like me with the Crisco? It's like, I wonder what this tastes like, Scoop. I did that, not as a kid. As an adult, Sabrina watched me and let me do it.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If you're an adult, as an adult-ish, and you were going to do that, I would stand back and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to see what's going to happen.
And that's what she did. That's what she did.
I'm like,
She didn't stop you because she wasn't like, oh, he doesn't know any better, I better stop. She was like, this is going to be hilarious.
there's some entertainment value. I'm about to have a good time.
Yes.
It's like as a kid when like you see like the big thing of the powdered cocoa, the cooking chocolate, and you're like, it's chocolate.
Quick milk.
Yeah, and you go like, no, look. Oh, I remember bugging my grandma so much. Like, go ahead, here's it. I'll give you the spoon. Here you go.
Grab yourself a big spoon. Have at it.
And oh, that was just like, what is the doesn't even.
Why
taste,
does it have any sugar?
it doesn't even taste like chocolate. What the hell is this?
What is
That's
this?
why it goes into a cake. Nope. Oh man. Yeah, I've done stupid stuff like that before.
Hey,
And
you're
that was
talking to
Tuesday.
You're talking to the kid that he took the whole like tablespoon of country crock and just,
Oh, I'll take a stick of butter and eat it. I'll eat a stick of butter. I can literally just unwrap it and
No,
eat it.
see, that's wrong, and anybody that can do that is wrong. There was a girl on TikTok that was doing it, and I was
Put a
doing the
little
Will
sugar on
Smith.
it
I was
and-
like, no, that's a stick of butter. Yeah, but that's what she's eating. No, that's a stick of butter.
Put a little sugar on it, bite. Put a little salt, bite. It's good.
Hold on. Life hack. Take your white rice, your minute white rice, butter and sugar.
Oh yeah.
You take
It's
your,
amazing.
You take
Yeah.
your saltine.
I've had
you put
so
some
many
butter on it,
people
you sprinkle some
had
sugar
so
on
many
there.
people look at me sideways.
That's an afternoon
like,
snack.
Like, I have so many people look at me sideways for doing butter and sugar in my grits. Apparently, in the South here, that's sacrilege.
Kind of is.
Well, yeah, it's butter, cheese, or hot sauce.
No, butter and sugar. It's delicious.
And
Also, did your grits at least take more than 60 seconds to cook?
I don't know. I've never cooked grits.
How do you
I've only
cook
never
a grit?
I've
Well,
only ever had grits at a restaurant.
he's literally the scene from My Cousin
Wait.
Vinny.
Yes.
So you're telling me that your grits cook faster than grits in any other kitchen in the entire world? Is your stove a magical stove? Does it defy the laws of thermodynamics?
Or are you using Instagrits? No, because no self-respecting
respecting
Southerner would use
instant
Instagrits.
grits.
So it couldn't have been these yous over here.
So,
I love that. Sorry, that is one of our
okay,
favorite
so
movies.
yeah, like the whole eating a stick of butter thing, your Crisco adventure, the hibiscus beer, and various other seventh levels of hell has reminded me of something else automotive that I read. You guys want to talk about cars? Just saying. Okay, I got
Sorry.
something for you.
Sorry.
I'm just getting to that.
Pints and Pistons, also a car show.
Ford has applied for another patent.
I saw
Oh.
this.
So you remember
Yes,
remember the
yes.
patent that they applied for to basically have cars narc on the speeders all around them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're trying to patent a system to have targeted in-car ads
Ads.
on the infotainment
Yep.
screen. I predict a lot of warranty claims for broken infotainment screens.
Uh-huh.
Hey, at least you don't have to pay for features on your car that are already there. though.
Yeah, you will.
No. At that point, just like phones and all kinds of other shit, and all kinds of other shit that is ad supported. If you're gonna throw ads at my car all the time, I'm not paying for that car.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a very easy workaround. If you did want to buy one of these cars that had the built-in ads on the infotainment screen, take that fucking infotainment screen out, put an aftermarket one in.
It's getting harder and harder to do that with cars,
It's
though.
getting harder, but they still make it.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's one of those, like with the Mustang, it's one of those to where for me to get something that will fit in there, I'm losing all my controls. I have to, it goes from
Well, like
a simple, what it used to be, you spend
Like
$100.
my car.
Yeah.
Like my car.
Boom, you can just throw in a thing.
what
mine-
what year is yours?
Oh wait.
Yeah,
It's
just,
not easy.
it's easier to mine.
Yeah.
It's easier to mine.
It's not easy though.
Because
You
you're,
have an 08, which means you had to buy the CAN adapter.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's totally
other-
different
but like I
compared
said,
to like mine where
in my
replacing-
car, it's also possible to just tap power, ground, switch power out of whatever's there and just run your own wires.
My-
Just- you
my
can
whole
but
face-
without tearing up the whole dash.
Right.
Because you can still put a double DIN radio in that dash or a single DIN dash with a cubby hole
Yeah.
with no problem. Like fitting a radio
my
in the
whole
dash.
thing has the AC controls, all
Yep.
that. So it's one of those. If you're gonna do, I can put buy a double DIN, put it in there, but I gotta that might cost me $200, but it's going to be the other $800 to buy the crappy aftermarket that maybe will work, maybe it won't. I'll lose 8 features, adapter plate that goes
Uh-huh.
around, and my AC won't work.
Yeah.
Because Robbie had to deal with that with doing
Well,
that.
it's like,
in
yeah,
Red.
his-
like on the
yeah,
Ranger.
when
the
Robbie's-
system that I would have to
Mhm.
buy to put in a different system,
It's like
it's
$2,000.
like $2,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, when Robbie's failed, his HVAC went to full heat.
Uh-huh.
and there was
That
no
was
way
the,
he could
that was the
control it.
failure mode.
Yeah.
So-
It was like all the Stellantis stuff. All the touchscreens were breaking, and it would just turn on the heated seat
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
All the time.
Speaking of Stellantis,
You'd turn it off and turn it right back on.
did you see what happened to Tom Bailey?
Yes.
Did you see that he got them back? Well,
Well, I saw-
they at
I
least
saw-
got recovered.
They
And
got
he
recovered.
went to the yard to find them. and all that. So while Tom Bailey was off doing race
drag week.
yeah, well, no, it was race week.
No, 1320 was covering Race Week 2.0. Tom Bailey's crew was doing Hot Rod Drag Week.
Okay. So he had just got back home, and at 5 o'clock in the morning, he went to go. He's on his camera, reeling out his trash to the curb, and so he had 4 cars parked in his driveway, like sideways, like that, like at an angle like that. He goes walking past his one truck. He stops. He looks. Looking around the yard. Goes past the other truck, looks. He's missing 2 vehicles. They took his 2024 TRX, that's like an orange like this, and then his 2021 Hellcat Durango. Like an hour and a half before he went to go bring his
take his trash out.
down. The Durango, they broke the sunroof out and got in that way. The TRX, they just got in. Everything was locked, all that. That was it. Like, and they got and took off. And so they finally found it because of he put out a $20,000 reward for the $10,000 for each vehicle. Power social media, like they ended up getting tips, found them. Both of them had the infotainment systems out because behind theirs there's one Harman GPS tracker there, and then in the back of them pulled down because there's another GPS tracker in the back of it there.
Well, they were trying to tear out the LTE connections, but those LTE connections only work if there's an actual warrant to force Stellantis to say, okay, we'll give you access to this thing.
But they were doing that, but it was one of those, the same on both of them. The driver's side air vent was taken out, and a little thing ran through, like, and that's how they hooked up something, but none of the alarms went off, even with the glass being broken out of the sunroof on the Durango that was locked alarm set. That does not trigger their alarm. Not condoning anything, just saying that apparently...
Yeah, it's not like the Windows.
Yeah.
It's not like the brake sensor on Windows.
Yeah, so that is the one window that, and like, but so they're still trying to figure stuff out because of the fact that the TRX there was nothing broken into it, like, they didn't force entry into it.
Well, they did.
Well, look, they don't have brake sensors on the windows.
Yeah.
You know how the alarms work on those cars?
Proximity sensor.
When you open the door. If the car is locked and you open it from the inside, that's when the alarm goes off. You bust the window out of it and crawl in through the window.
It's the proximity sensor.
No.
Yeah, if it's got a proximity motion sensor.
I was going to say, our cars, windows down, cars locked and alarm set.
Correct.
You go to throw a flyer in there for a car show, the alarm goes off.
Yeah,
we have
that's
done
a
that
proximity sensor.
many times.
So,
and there's a reason why they don't use those anymore.
We were at a thing where at the Dodge dealership there was like a show there a bunch of years ago.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And there was a guy that had an S197 Mustang. It was bright red, but with a tan interior and the gold stripe on it. This guy was telling everybody that this car was special. It was special order. Da 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 da. And I'm like, they just found it on another dealer lot, and they did a trade to get that car from that lot to your lot, and that's all. But he was like, super protective of the car, but he had it, and it was sitting there right in eyesight, and he had the driver's window down and locked. So Harley just casually walks past the car, and the alarm goes off. And the guy's, and Harley realized what was going on, so for the next hour and a half,
just started walking past it.
Harley would just kind of walk past the car and go, crank, 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 and the guy, 5 minutes later, Harley just walked right past it.
Yeah.
I did see Harley the other day.
That's what he said.
Says he'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
But, and he says he found a 67. It's pretty freaking rare.
Huh.
Like some rare options. So, we'll see. But, yeah, that was another one of those Harley don't ever change.
Wouldn't it be hysterical if it's Kathy's car?
That would be funny.
That would be wonderful. But yeah, no, it's... Yeah, so Tom Bailey, the cars are in a recovery lot. They got to be sent off to the dealership to do other stuff and all that, but at least the cars are there. The Durango has a couple, like, scuffs on the front bumper they got to figure out that weren't there. But the TRX, there's nothing thing. But it was because of the TRX that they were found, because it is that rare color. And it's literally like that color.
Yeah.
And which is a very rare color.
Yeah,
Like, it's
low
not white,
production-
black,
low production
blue,
color.
like what most of them are. It was that. And they had that one because they knew it was rare, tucked behind the house and all of that. But they didn't even take the goddamn Sick Week sticker off the back of the Durango.
Yeah, it was still there.
Yeah.
Big old bright orange,
Big old orange,
Sick
you know.
Week like logo. It's like, wouldn't you think like, hey, I'm stealing a car. Okay, this has a very like identifiable like. Besides that sticker, it's a gray Dodge
Yeah,
Durango
because
with black
when
stripes.
Tom Bailey went to the impound yard, he walks right by the back. He was like, "Yeah, sticker's still there."
Yeah, it's like
That's probably
what
why they ditched the cars as quickly as they did.
Oh no, they didn't ditch them.
They
They,
took
were
them to
at
their
their house.
But let's be honest, the only reason the cops really did anything and really went
Was
after those
because of
cops
all
was
this-
because of
all the
social media presence. That's the
Yeah.
only reason.
Well, he
why.
also did. He interviewed on the news.
So they
channel.
arrested the guys that stole them?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive.
Well,
They
because
usually
they
don't get
ended up getting a search warrant and actually.
Yeah, that's because his video update was like, update, they found the cars, they got the warrant, they broke down the doors, they did the whole thing. So apparently they really did do the whole thing.
Yeah. So. But yeah, apparently the EV chargers are starting to pop around places in LA. I do gotta say, like, I'd rather have, obviously I'd rather have the gasoline version of it, because even though it's not a V8, that Hurricane straight, I mean, it's a straight 6 turbo
Twin
straight.
turbo straight 6.
Is that a super? Is that a super?
Yeah, as far as the EV chargers, I'm with Jeremy Clarkson. I don't care.
I like the styling of them. That's why it's one of those.
It's kind of a cool looking car,
with
but
that, give me the Hurricane straight 6 twin turbo. I like the styling of them. I do. I really do. And I'm happy that they made it the two-door charger. Like when in what was it? 07 when they brought back the charger or 05 was it? No, 07. Like,
no, it was
like,
older. It was older than that because that was a
Well,
hell,
yeah,
that was
no,
a
but I
a
mean,
10-year-old Mercedes E-Class
when they
those things
introduced
came
it,
out.
it's like charger. Yeah, and you saw some of the concepts that it was going to be a 2-door, and it's like it's a 4-door. I'm like, like
Yeah.
it's still cool. Like at least we got a V8, rear-wheel drive and all that. But like, no, I wanted.
And it spawned
that.
street takeovers.
Yeah, but no, the new one, I do like the look. I do like the looks on it.
The thing
And
is though,
I
if you-
haven't
if-
seen one in person, so I can't.
Yeah, honestly, Bob, none of us have.
Well, I mean,
But
I've seen.
if you really look at the roof line and the
Mhm.
door open and just the door and window openings of that thing, there's going to be a 4-door version of that car.
Yeah.
There is going to be a 4-door version.
But
of that car.
it's one of those. I like the way it looks and shit. There was something else I was about to say that I just completely forgot about it. Yeah, let me go grab the other beer. Hopefully, oh, configurator. Remember when I get back.
Subtlety is thy name.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm with Jeremy Clarkson. I don't care.
When they posted their revised Fratsonic exhaust noise on that thing, the Instagram posting of that, the comments section was freaking savage.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Like, wait a minute, I didn't hear anything. Like, just the comments was just absolutely just trashing them over that.
I will watch to see what Dodge does with electric cars as far as
Dodge has to survive because Stellantis is
Listen,
doing some
I mean-
dumbass shit.
Stellantis is doing dumb stuff, but Dodge has been, bumps line of coke off of Hooker's ass, throws Hellcat into minivan.
Yeah,
Let's see what they do with EVs. I'll give them a shot.
but like I said,
Oh yeah!
But
tis the
Ooh, I'm excited.
tis the season for the Marzens. The
Oh,
Oktoberfest
yeah.
season is upon us, and we have not had this one before. I don't know if
No,
Swamphead's
and-
done this one before.
I've never seen. Trust me, you know how I love my Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't realize, it's Mike watching. Mike, if you don't realize that Oktoberfest and the Marzens are my favorite style of beer, even though my favorite is
Reds.
Well, it's not Reds. It is my favorite is Robinot Red.
Ooh, look at the color on this.
It's not my Marzens aren't my favorite. They're my second favorite. Reds are my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Marzens. I get so excited when Oktoberfest comes along.
Whenever I see Oktoberfest,
Because I'm just like, woo!
my-
Oktoberfest!
my nipples get hard.
Like I said,
my
for me-
nipples get hard. I'm like, oh yeah, let's
Listen,
go.
the beer that
Ooh.
was in Beer Fest, the movie. That was a Marzen.
Oh yeah, and that's why
So-
every time I saw it, I'm like,
Like I said, as soon
I wanted
as
to put kids
it's
in me.
it's almost like as you know it's time because all of a sudden it's Yingling and Sam Adams Oktoberfest hit the shelves before everybody else, and you just know it's like within 3 weeks.
shit. No, there was
Within 3 weeks, there's going to be a whole bunch of these things
at,
on the
at
shelves.
ABC here. There was a new Oktoberfest that was on the end cap. Shit, who is it by? But Sabrina was with me, and I remember looking at it going, oh, that looks good. And I'm like, I've never seen an Oktoberfest by that branch. Who the fuck was it? I can't remember. But it was one that is a brand that we've had before, but
Yeah.
I've never seen an Oktoberfest from them before.
Yeah, that's like I said, when I saw this one last week, I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Boys, Chin.
Slancha.
Oh, yeah.
It's laughing at me.
No, that was me.
Damn.
Oh, it's so good.
I do want a pretzel now.
We did good.
Oh, good job.
We did good this week.
Good
Dan.
job, sir.
Well done,
Dan.
Chris.
Uh,
Dan, you picked a hell of a day to get sick.
You're missing out, bud.
God damn.
That's
Those
so
were
good.
two really, really good. And when I saw
Dan
the
picked a hell of a day to quit drinking.
when I saw the picture of this, I was like, maybe, but no, this was a damn good red.
Dan picked a hell of a day to start doing
Yeah,
snacks.
I found this. Like I said, I found this at
Earth Fair. I
Earth
think I
Fair.
saw, that was there when I found the other one.
You know, I probably put this in my top 10 of reds.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like,
Oh,
that-
top
I mean,
five.
I,
Top
I,
five
I don't know
reds.
about top 5, maybe 6. Maybe
It's
good.
6 or 7. It's good, but
That's
like,
that's quite good.
That's a
It's good.
damn good stout. I mean, but it's one of the. I mean, well, it's not a stout, but it's one I'd probably have to sit down and do the others again and might rework it. But that was
Yeah.
a damn good one.
The sad thing is, apparently, we're never going to find Brew Bus ever again. And that's always been my favorite.
Yeah, Rolling Dirty was fantastic, and I would be shocked if we ever found Robonaut Red.
Yeah.
That one. That's like
And
the
like I
fucking
said, that we
that's
did-
like a damn unicorn.
And like I said, that one we didn't even find in cans. That was when ABC over there still had their brew stop, and that was filled a growler
but
for that.
Well, that's how I found Brew Bus's Rolling Dirty originally.
Yeah.
I got that in a growler.
No, that Robonaut Red, like I want you guys to know, like that is like the unicorn for us because
It is.
that is, even though it was early on, we still put everything up to that, and
You know what?
that really has to be the best beer
I
I've had.
saw a short video. It was YouTube Shorts, and a guy ran across a snake that was apparently thirsty. So the guy basically gave the snake some Gatorade.
Oh yeah.
And the narration of it was like, man, this snake is getting Gatorade, not knowing that's the last time he will ever taste it. And he'll be looking for it for the rest of his life.
Yup.
That's us with Robonaut Red
Yeah.
right now.
Same with the Rolling Dirty. Like
Yeah.
we tasted that for the last time, and we didn't know we were never gonna have it again.
Mhm.
It's like, when was the last time we saw Key Billy Islandale anywhere?
That too.
We've seen that more though.
We have, but still, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
The last time I saw it,
Last time I saw it was
Was
last October at the
Earth
hotel
Fair.
I stayed at.
when it closed down. Remember, I went into Earth Fair
Yeah.
that last time and got you that 6-pack.
Yeah.
That was the last time I saw
Well,
it.
Brian, in the next week or so, we're gonna be back at that same hotel, and if they have the can of it, it was $10 for that can, but I will get you. It was at the hotel market, so but it
That
was
is
there,
insane.
and I was like, "Holy shit, it's Kibili."
That's
Ale.
still insane.
I know, but I will get you that if you want, so you can have a can of.
I will.
If I don't drink it on the way home.
If you don't drink I do remember during a hospital adventure, you did get me the 1 6-pack, and Sabrina had to threaten you with bodily harm for you not to drink it on me.
She put it on top of the fridge so I couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't reach it. That's why there's a couple other beers are up there, because even with the Thug School, I can't reach it.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Mm.
So good.
The configurator of the new charger, and that it has one special feature that is amazing. It lets you know what it would be like to be kidnapped in your own trunk.
I read about that.
So you are able to go into the interior and all that, look around the interior. Then you're able to go inside the trunk and be inside the trunk.
With the trunk lid
With
closed.
the trunk lid closed.
And then you knock the back seats down and you're able to look at the interior through the truck with the front seats, and you literally hit the button on the 2 back seats and they fold down. So it's like, hey, it's a kidnapping simulator.
We know that criminals are going to use this car to kidnap people.
So we
Here's
want
how
you to
you're
know
showing you.
How to get
We're
out.
showing you what your victim is going to go through.
Yeah,
After
and
you
also,
buy
this is what
car.
your interior looks like if you're
I'm
locked in
sorry.
your trunk.
After you steal this car from the
So-
person who bought it,
So
so
speaking,
that you can do crimes.
I
So
saw
I
that,
heard-
I'm like, oh my, like,
so
what?
speaking of Dodge and Chrysler and Stellantis, did you see what happened a couple weeks ago?
No.
It lasted more
Walter
than 4
P.
hours.
Walter P. Chrysler's great-grandson literally threw an open letter out to the world, essentially begging Stellantis to sell Chrysler to somebody who will actually do something with it.
Oh yeah.
And all of the Dodge and Chrysler dealerships have been sent a letter to Stellantis saying, "Hey, give us new products.
Because you have...
Give us decent products. Because right now we don't have squat."
You know what
Right.
we have? You know what we have? A Pacifica. And you know what else? A Pacifica hybrid.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So if you go to a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer and go, well, it says Chrysler. What do you got for Chryslers? And they
Pacifica.
go, there's the Pacifica. Okay. What else do you have?
I got a Pacifica
The
hybrid.
Pacifica hybrid. Next to it.
That's
Okay.
it.
Well, do you still make the 300?
No.
Nope.
What about
The 200.
The 200? Nope.
Nope.
What about
Best
the,
I can do is a Dodge Dart.
What about the? Nope.
Because there are still some of those zombie cars
There's
on the
still
dealer lot.
2016
But right now, like I said,
Dodge
all of
Darts.
the Stellantis brands have like the most days of inventory of any manufacturer on dealers' lots right
Right.
now. It's insane.
Well, it's like Dodge's new model Dodge just came out
Hornet.
with the Hornet.
Oh, that's the Alfa Romeo
Have you seen one?
Yo, yeah, many. I
am not shocked that they're sitting there rotting on.
I
dealers.
do
it's,
ha- I do
it's-
have to
well, it's
say-
an Alfa Tonale, and so basically you get the Italian car ownership experience with the Dodge dealership experience.
Right.
Well, what's good
I
is
can't think of a
the-
single thing that
but
could
the
go
one
wrong
good thing
here.
is you get to pay less versus the Alpha. Anyway, but it is one that I have to say, the color options on that car I do like.
I will give them that. At least they have colors other than the grayscale.
And that's the thing.
Fair.
They have that bright yellow that actually in the sun looks really good. And that when it's cloudy out, but once the sun hits it a certain way, because I've seen them in the parking lots before, that color does pop, and they got
You're
an
right.
orange
the
on
10
it.
minutes on the side of the highway when the
It
sun's
looks-
at just the right angle,
And
that
the
car
fire
will
look
look beautiful.
great.
It does. And you know what it looks better on? A flatbed.
Exactly. Right.
I was
Back
thinking.
of the
I was
flatbed.
thinking on fire, but
Oh,
With
that's
the
because
steam
after,
rolling out from under the hood and the flames leaping out of the wheel wells, it'll look fantastic.
just think of all the Instagram filters you could use with that
Oh,
scene.
so
Exactly.
many. You put the Sophia picture, filter on there, and it just glistens with your oiled down side and everything. What's wrong?
Well, no,
It's an
because
Alpha.
because you're going to frame the picture just right so that the giant oil slick is not in frame.
No, you use that as a reflective, the bounce light.
Right,
onto
it's the
car.
picture where you've got the car and then you've got the reflection of the car and the oil slick underneath it, and you can't tell which one's which.
It looks great.
The color schemes look great in those pictures,
Yeah, no, but no, I do like the colors of it, but yeah, no, it.
And it's still to this day, you get into any of those products and you sit down and you go,
I'm back in 2007.
it's a 2013 rental car.
That's generous. I was thinking 2009.
Right.
No, you sit down in those and you go, I'm in a recession.
Right. I'm in the recession. The housing market is terrible.
The malaise era is back, baby.
Ugh. Ugh.
Man, now I feel like Jimmy Carter's back in my house.
Just, they have got to do something.
Well, they're also
they've
that
got
you
so
can no
many
longer
brands
get
that they can't. They're trying to be all things to everybody.
The-
and
the
they're just,
Gladiator-
They just keep acquiring brands. They're not doing really shit.
They stopped with the Gladiator having manuals for 2025.
But the Jeep Wrangler V6 is going to be manual only
For how long though?
Until they kill it off.
until that model
I have to say,
disappears completely.
who's the new CEO of Ford? I can't remember who it is, or president or whatever. Anyway, they were doing a thing with the Mustang and they were saying that Ford has come out and said we are going
We
to
will-
build the V8
With a
as
manual
long.
transmission until they outlaw it.
One, it was we will build the V8 as long as we are legally allowed to,
Yeah.
And then with the manual, they're like, as long as people will buy a manual, as long as 12 people buy a manual a year, we will build them.
Jim
And
Farley.
That's who it was. But he's like,
Well, this is the one company that went, okay, we'll make an EV Mustang. It's going to have a manual transmission, though. They did that.
Yeah.
They built an EV Mustang, and they put a manual in it. Bravo, sir.
Well, I know Brian hates this because we talked about this before, but Lexus was just doing the whole thing with the manual for
The simulated manual transmission.
I know.
I'm okay
I know,
with it.
He did
Dumb
not
as
like
shit.
it. He
I'm
did,
okay.
He
I'm
did,
okay with it.
Do
it.
Because just give us something that at least if you're gonna make it to where we have to drive these things, like if it comes down to it, I want to row my own gears. Even though simulated in that, just make me fucking like. Give me a Logitech fucking shifter in the middle of it. Like, I just want to not be bored.
He can't stand it.
No, he can't.
It drives
he can't.
him crazy.
He can't. And we talked about this before, and we had a big argument about this. And it was like, at least they're trying. At least they're trying.
They're giving us something. They're placating us in some way. I have to give them credit for that. They're at least listening. They may not have heard the whole sentence, but they heard us talk.
It's like the guy at the independent wrestling show that is talking with Jim Cornette over the microphone, and he starts crying. He's like, I know it's fake, but it's real to me, damn it. It's real to me. It's real to me. At least there's something.
Electric cars are electric cars. They are what they are.
Right.
Electric cars can be pretty freaking rad.
Right.
If you just let them be what they are.
Yeah, but that radness wears off as soon as you hit the gas pedal. And yeah, you go, woo, and then you're like, okay.
And part of that is because, A, they're so heavy, B, they're not a lightweight little sports car that's fun to toss around. They're loaded with all kinds of techno crap. You got the Teslas that decide to just put switches in weird places and do everything's on screens because, disruptor. And you've got everybody doing all of these things. Basically, everybody who's not Tesla is trying to make their EV car be as close to an ICE car as possible. So the only way they can come up with to make an EV car enthusiast or fun or whatever is to try to make it emulate an internal combustion car.
I know exactly where you're going.
Okay.
I know exactly where you're going because I have.
Make it lighter.
Can't make it lighter. Sorry.
Tesla
the
did.
battery's way too much.
Tesla tried it. They tried it.
You can build.
Tesla did with the Roadster. Where did that go? Gone.
That was the first car.
It doesn't matter. They haven't done it since.
Like I said,
Actually, the Roadster was monstrously heavy.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but they
That was
haven't.
the problem with that car.
but that was, like I said, older batteries and everything else. Like I said, they're making these cars incredibly heavy because they're making them incredibly big.
So you're talking about a G-Wiz.
Make the car a little bit smaller.
G-Wiz.
Take some of the mass out of it.
G-Wiz.
Make it a little bit less expensive.
G-Wiz.
Stop trying to make it a Stop trying to make it a cell phone with wheels and just make it a car. That's where Ford. The one part that Ford got right with the Lightning is when you get in it,
It's just a truck.
it looks and feels like an F-150.
Right.
That's it. It doesn't.
That is the first and only EV that has come out that I've been like, all right, I'm on board with that.
You know what?
And the Rivian. I do like the Rivian.
Okay, the Rivian is. That's a ground-up EV. One thing I will say about the Rivian, I've not driven one, but I've gotten up close and personal with one and really taken a close look at it. The materials quality, the fit and finish build quality, and all the panel gap shut lines, it is a very nicely constructed unit.
And after those videos that I showed you,
Yeah.
they can fucking go off-road. There's a
Yeah,
whole
like-
club that literally went through right
Forest
there.
out here.
Through mud, like literally in water that you would not want to normally take an EV through.
Yeah,
They're out there with
Yeah,
Forerunners, Land Cruisers, fucking pulling Land Cruisers out
Like
and
they
stuff in
were-
the mud.
like they were
going.
My biggest argument. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But like I said, stop trying to make an EV try to be an internal combustion car, and stop trying to use the stuff from an internal combustion car to make an EV more appealing. Just make a fun car.
I argue against what you just said. I have an argument for you. And I'm betting this probably the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
he's
no,
gonna
and
say.
that's what I
the
saw in
problem
your
with
eyes.
all of the EVs that have come out so far is that they have not been internal combustion car enough. The problem is we've got, the Kia EV6, the Hyundai Ioniq.
Mm-hmm.
All
Those
of
are
the
nice
EVs,
looking cars.
all
Like,
of the
I
EVs
like
that have come
them.
out, the Mustang Mach-E, all of the EVs that have come out have been ground-up EV built cars that are literally shoving in your face, I'm an EV, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm electric powered.
Except the Lightning.
Except the Ford Lightning.
The one thing I will say, though, I actually do like...
You want me to buy an EV?
I like, especially the Ioniq 5N.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice...
Make the Toyota Camry EV, and don't badge it up, don't change it, don't do nothing. Make it the base model, make it cheap, and go, here's an electric car. Here's a real electric car.
Yeah.
Here is a car that is designed to function as a car. It happens to be electric powered. That's the thing that all these manufacturers have missed. The car was already perfected.
Yeah,
You don't have to change the shape of the wheel to make it electric powered.
Actually,
you can just make it electric powered.
Your electric Camry is kind of falling on my side of this fence.
You can just make it electric powered and move on with life.
I just want to let you know, again, everybody just described a Gee Whiz. Just described a Gee Whiz.
What I want is the same exact experience I got from the ICE car in an electric package. Yeah, I have to plug it in to charge it. But everything else is exactly the same. We don't have, a giant 45-inch screen on the dashboard and, weird shit going on the inside. Just make the same car.
But
make it the same car, but electric
But it's my thing with those cars, and granted, I am the guy who has an irrational hatred of fake air scoops. So there's that.
That's been every single car since the mid '80s.
Okay, no, it goes back to the '60s. If it's a scoop and it's fake and it's not functional, I fucking hate it. Just saying.
Agreed.
Okay, I have an irrational hatred of those things, and I know it's an irrational hatred, but so when I see...
I bet you he hates those dolls with no faces that lean up against a bumper.
Those things are next level creeple, and those things would just be... Kill that shit with fire.
Sorry, I had to.
Those guys with the boomers, damn it.
Like, those things, every time I see one of those things, I just want to kick it in the middle of the parking lot, pour something, flammable fluid on it, and light that bitch on fire. Because that is next level creepy. Rant over.
Okay, now let me go into my rant.
Like I said, it's just to me just the fake stuff. I hate the fake stuff because we're surrounded by so much fake stuff. Just give me something real. And fake exhaust noises and fake shifting is not.
That, and I'll wait till Chris comes back because with this, he might side with me, he might not. But yeah, no, what you were describing was a Gee Whiz.
I know.
Like
and
literally,
but you had to bring up the timeout kids just to watch me cook.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I mean, dude, like that makes everybody angry. Like seriously, who likes going to a car show and seeing 14 dolls that are normally in your grandma's like fucking kitchen leaned up against the thing? Anyway, so my thing is with the EVs with the manual transmissions. What is the one thing that's wrong with the? Well, it's not wrong with the EV cars and that, but it's you hit the pedal, they go fast. After that is that initial hit, and then it's okay.
Boring as shit.
Yeah, I'm moving fast, but it's boring.
Well, it's the inverse of the ICE vehicle.
Yeah. So, but that's where
you get all the torque and then it trails off. Whereas on an ICE vehicle,
It's-
you build torque until it peaks.
it's with this simulated manual transmission. It's one of those to where to me, it would be you would get that fun back of I get a hit. Now I go into another gear, and it's not just one solid. I'm putting it in drive. It's one gear. Boom, here you go. You zoop, boop, there, like that's it. It's now I'm able to do that 6 times. I'm able to go first gear, hit it in the second, and get that same oof, and then third gear, get that same oof, and then fourth gear, get that same oof. That's the thing that I think would make. God damn, it's Bob Central up here.
Yeah, that's what transmissions do.
Yeah, and
that's what multi-speed transmissions do.
I know, and it's great because
they're not doing a multi-speed transmission,
but they're simulating it.
It's fake.
Okay, but they don't have a choice
because
it doesn't make sense to put an actual transmission in an EV.
You're saying you want an EV to be fun, like throw a roundable and all that. Well, this is the closest thing that you are going to get, because EVs will like, no matter how small you build it, if it's going to be an EV, it's going to be 4,000 pounds plus, because of battery weight, all that stuff. So you're not going to get your small little fucking Miata out of this shit. It is going to be, you have this, give me a Tesla Model 3, give me a simulated 6-speed into it, and like, hey, my first gear, I'm only able to go like 50 miles per hour on, and then I hit second gear, and you feel it go, okay, there we go, and then you, fuck yeah, throw it around, maybe I can Tokyo drift this shit. Like, I don't know.
Like I said, right now, the only EV that's actually seems to be fun is the Ioniq 5N, and right now, it's the only EV that can do 2 back-to-back laps with the Nordschleife.
Right.
Yeah, but it's, again, you're in one constant gear the entire time. Let me pick my, let me do that. Even if it's just me sitting there flicking a button, going wee, I'm going wee while doing it. Like,
but you're still only in one gear.
So hold on,
Okay.
I actually have a logical argument against what you're saying.
what I'm saying or him
No,
saying?
what he's
Okay.
saying. So you don't enjoy the simulator at all?
Touche.
Running a lap on the Nordschleife, it's fake though.
It is fake.
It's fake and it's not fun.
I just
though.
flew from
it
the
can't
airport
be
here
fun
to
because it's
Brooksville.
fake.
But I'm also not going into debt for 84 months over it either.
Correct.
Maybe 24. Depends on what
Yeah.
simulator you get.
What simulator setup you get? You might be in debt for a little while.
I don't have a simulator. I'm not in debt.
Do you have an EV?
No.
Exactly.
I'm
But
not in
that's
debt.
the thing. That's the thing. It's just like, the racing sim. It's not real. Doesn't make it less fun.
No. I mean, it makes it less fun than actually driving.
It makes it more fun than actually driving for me because there's not
Way less expensive.
It's way less expensive. There's not the opportunity for crippling debt and bodily injury.
Okay, so
The bodily injury
hold
thing
on.
I'm more partial to.
How most people might get this. You like porn, right? Because you're not getting the STDs from it, right?
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
There we go.
Switch hands. Go for training.
That is our take on the EV with the manual transmission.
But
They're just trying to inject a little fun into an
it's
otherwise boring car.
But it's not a manual transmission, and
I understand that.
Yeah,
we all know that it's not real. It's like going to the strip club. Listen, we all know she doesn't actually
like
me.
me.
She doesn't like me.
No, she doesn't.
Get those words out of your mouth.
I hate to tell you.
You're not butters, and it's not raisins.
Hey, raisins.
But yeah. I could fight all day about this.
Right.
Because you give me you give me an electric vehicle and you give me a simulated manual transmission. I am ear to ear going, ooh, let's see what I can do. And also the fact that the Lexus one, they made it to where if you go to the wrong gear, it will simulate a nosedive. It will cut power brake to where it simulates nosedive.
I don't know. It just.
You got to think about the future that we're going to.
Yeah, I don't like that future.
I do not
None
either.
of us like it.
Yeah,
I
don't
do
like that
not
future.
either. Sadly, sadly, I don't know.
I
You're
honestly
not going to
don't-
be in it longer than us. We're stuck with this shit.
Yeah, you'll be stuck with it longer than I am.
Yeah.
Then again,
I don't know. Like, no, we were talking about it today. You'll be fucking Nixon in the jar in Futurama fucking yelling at me.
I am Brian Fowler from the.
Like, that will be you.
I was born on the shores of Florida in the village of Tampa in 1972. And I am
Yeah, you
immortal.
are the only one Highlander. Yeah.
And I am immortal.
Right. Fucking.
I still stand by my statement of they are making these EVs too EV and not normal enough.
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
is
yeah,
half the
I
problem.
agree with that.
Like,
And that
so,
just-
for example, the company I work for, they have 2 EVs right now.
And they're actually really nice EVs.
And
like, I like them.
Like the
I do.
EV9s, actually, it's a nice truck.
I like the way they look. I like the interior
It's
of
a
them.
Borrego electrified. Unfortunately, they did all this stuff to it,
Yeah,
inside and outside.
They went too far on
where
that.
they went too far. It's too much. It's not just a Telluride EV.
Yeah,
If they had just made a Telluride EV, they'd be doing a lot better with it.
yeah. And like I said, I mean, as far as EV goes, like I said, the Ioniq 5, I love the way that thing looks. I'm not an SUV guy.
But those digital
not-
headlights,
they
those
look-
look
look
so
what
cool.
they look
But that's
very,
that's
very
the thing.
nice.
That has such like this 80s cyberpunk.
Speaking of that, I
There-
don't know
there-
if you heard.
There's one that
I've heard.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see
I'll
it.
believe it when I see it, but they're
And
stating
I know-
they're
I
going
know-
to make it.
I know what they're saying is they're concerned about with the pricing of it. Would someone go to a Hyundai dealership to buy something that is supercar level prices. If you build it right, if they build it just like that concept was, yes they will.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, they will. If you do it exactly like that, and they're able to, or at least 95% as close to that
Yeah.
concept, yes.
Well,
that
partly because that is an EV version of the DeLorean
yeah.
that I can buy
it goes
right
further
now.
back. It goes further back than that. That was actually a concept show car that
The pony.
that
I know.
Giugiaro designed back in the 70s.
I know.
Like,
But it, like, that's like a modern DeLorean.
But like I said, but like I said, but actually that kind of design concept ended up being design language of the DeLorean DMC.
Correct.
But when you look at that was like 70s designers looking at what the 80s was going to look like, and they were broadcasting kind of what they thought
And
the
they
future
pretty
was
much
going to be.
nailed what the 80s were.
They
fucking
did
gonna look
nail
at.
a lot of that
It was
stuff.
like,
yeah.
Like they really did nail that stuff. But now everybody's looking back at the 80s, and I'm talking about people that are way younger than me and younger than you, and even younger than you, are looking at the 80s. They are looking at them through rose-colored glasses.
Yes.
Because they weren't there. It wasn't all happy clothes and happy music and happy cars.
Yeah, I wasn't.
There was all kinds of stuff that was going on. There was the Cold War was still going on. There was still dealing with inflation, the end of the Malaise era. All kinds of stuff happening here in the U.S., all kinds of stuff happening overseas.
We got the citation because of that.
Bingo. Like I said, so there was... Like,
There's
it
no
wasn't
rose-colored
crack
era.
Like I said, the 80s wasn't all fun and games.
Right.
But a lot of good stuff came out of the 80s. And it was cool, like I said, when the N74 concept car kind of dropped and they started, I was like, holy shit, that's friggin' cool.
Right.
Okay? That is friggin' cool. And like I said, the Ioniq 5 has some of those little bits and pieces in its styling.
Specifically, like the headlights, for one.
yeah,
They took the headlights right out of the N74.
I
and
love
put them
I
in the
love
Ioniq.
those
The
headlights.
taillight bar
Love
and
them,
all of
yeah.
that stuff. And it's, like I said, that is the first time I saw one out on the street, like I'm literally at the stoplight next to a lady, and I rolled my window, I'm like, hey! And I talked to her about it because I thought it was cool. And it turns out she was taking that thing on a cross-country road trip. It's like, hey,
So
good luck with
I
that.
see one every single morning as I'm turning on to 46 from 41. I'm normally passing it going, and it's 5:30 in the morning, and I see those headlights, and it's usually right before I'm about to turn into our bus loop. And I giggle every single morning. I see it, and
I'm not
it's
an
just,
SUV guy, but that thing's cool
It
looking.
looks,
I dig it.
it looks so good. I really, they nailed it. I really think they nailed it.
That's
with the
one
look
on
of
styling
that.
was, and even when you look at the interior of that thing, it's not.
It's a good interior.
It's not super in your face electric. Still
No.
more screens than I would prefer,
but
but
it's a nice interior.
it's not a
like
it's not
it
a
lot.
40-inch iPad in the middle of the dash
Right.
either.
It's
so.
a 10-inch, but it's
it's not a
No.
Tesla screen.
Unfortunately, that's the style now, is that long display.
Well, yeah. Well, look at the
Every
new
car
look at the
is
new
getting
Navigator.
Every car
the
is
whole
getting
thing. Which I gotta say, the new Navigator. I love the look of it. I love the look.
I haven't seen the outside.
Oh, it's nice, and I love the wheels of it. The wheels are, and then you got scent packages you can put in there, and you can like put it in relax mode, and you can sit in the parking lot, get a massage, literally have the sound of the ocean, and it like ejects like.
Are they still hanging on with the? What's the
How about you fix your fucking cam save phasers?
what's the name of that design era? That like aviation style,
It's
like 1930s aviator style.
it's a bit more modern than that, but it still has some of it, but it's not as much as the last generation.
Okay.
If that makes sense. There's still remnants of it, but it's because they took away a lot of the physical stuff on it. But it's the seats are really fucking nice in it. Really nice. I would like to sit there for 10 minutes and get a massage from my seats and that thing while ocean breeze is being sprayed in my
Right.
face.
That's one thing I wish the Ranger had been offered with air-conditioned seats.
That is the great. Trust me, that is the greatest option.
I
Ever
wish they were.
on Expedition.
I
I
wish
get
they
into
were
it and I
available.
hit that button. I'm like, my butt's full. I am not.
Just the short drive around the neighborhood here that I took in that thing, I was just like,
It's great.
I'm
It's
feeling
so
I'm like,
wonderful,
the
isn't
whole
it?
time I'm feeling the seats, and I'm just like, God damn it!
So it is amazing because with the options on, it's a 303A car, so it has the vinyl, not the actual leather. So it's the school bus seats and all that. But that's good because they're more durable and all that. I'm okay with it. But that's why the one side is stained, because you could tell that it was a
was a contractor.
Yeah, the guy who had it owned a business and all that, so it is actually jean worn. So there's a little bit of blue on the thing, but if that was leather, that would all be cracked.
Yeah, that would be cracked and worn.
This is not cracked and worn.
Like my side bolster, I've actually got a hole in my side bolster.
Oh yeah.
And
but
it wasn't for me. It was when I first got the car, it was a scuff.
Yeah,
but like
leather.
I said, so I mean, it's.
Well, it's like the seats in my Mustang. They were perfect when I bought that car at 14,000 miles. And by the time I got rid of that car, the seat was actually collapsing. The seat frame had broken and was starting to lean and collapse, and it had a knob that was pointing out of the leather and poked me in the back here.
That's what I'm dealing with on
yeah,
that one.
it was starting to feel like a Fox body seat, a broken Fox body seat.
But no,
luckily, like I said, the structure of my seat is held up. But I am starting to see, at the very top of the side up here above the little airbag tag, the stitching is starting to come. The stitching is starting to separate just a little bit. And like I said, the previous owner of my car, I believe, was a very rotund individual who tended to wear a lot of rings and metal watch bands. Because there's scratches in that could only come from somebody cleaning with a metal watch band or rings. That's the only way some of those scratches and things could be there. And when I first got my car, the bottom portion of the seat had stretched and was puffed up, fixed under warranty. Like I said, I had it replaced under warranty.
Yeah.
And then there, like I said, there was an abrasion in the bolster, and now that abrasion is a hole.
Yeah.
But that thing's just recently turned 150,000 miles, so it just keeps going. And right now, I can't even be mad about anything that comes wrong with that car. So. Well, it's been a good car.
We should probably end sell it time.
Yeah, I didn't do an auction car.
It's okay.
Guys.
Well, it was one of those. The only person watching, Mike, ended up saying we weren't talking about cars enough, and then we went into an argument about cars. So you're welcome, Mike.
He says, by the way, he did say the bottom line is electric vehicles have no soul.
They don't.
Which is true. They're appliances.
Yeah.
But if you give them a simulated manual transmission, they might have a soul. At least a ginger soul.
Gingers don't have souls.
Gingers don't have souls. They're daywalkers.
Well, so is an EV.
So,
see?
We agree. We agree on that. So on that note, guys, we're going to go on ahead and sign off for the night. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, hopefully with all four of us here.
What is 2 weeks?
Or do we shift it a day like we have done before?
No, hold on, because I gotta look.
We're double checking to make sure the schedule's right.
2 weeks, no, because we leave on the 10th and we don't come back till the 14th. So we can either do one next week, or you can do one without us. That's fine.
We're actually going to just have to skip that one either way, because now that I'm thinking about it, we're going to be gone. We have to leave that Friday.
The 11th?
Yeah, because we got to go to St. Augustine.
Okay, well, but then...
Yeah, balded, bearded guy and a one-legged guy I don't think is going to make a very...
But hold on. So, the 11th is our next one, and then after that is the 25th, which I know we don't want to...
We're not doing one the 25th, unfortunately.
So, do you want to...
So we just...
Hold on. Do you want to change
3
it up and do...
3 weeks from now?
No. Do you want to do one next week on the 4th? And then do one on the 18th, so at least we have...
I think we need to do that.
Because otherwise, October will be completely blank.
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
So
next month, we're going to be swapping it up.
Coming up next week. So on the 4th, we'll do one.
Yep.
And then on the 18th, we'll do one.
Right.
So basically on the 4th, so we're doing that next week, and then we'll go back to our every 2 weeks thing.
No. We're doing the 4th, which is next week, and then instead of... we'll do the 18th. And then at that point, we'll figure out from then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That way, we at least have October covered. Because it's one of those, the 11th, I'll be at Spooky at that point, which is one of those. If y'all want to do it, it's no problem. But the 25th, that's the day before your wedding.
yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
we've
are
got the
welcome.
wedding,
On the
which y'all are
26th.
expected to be there.
Well,
So
of course, but that's the 26th, so we don't want to do that the day
I
before
hope
your
this
wedding.
is good enough attire.
I am gonna ask you to dress up in some form of costume. If it's just a cheap ass Halloween costume
Gonna say,
T-shirt,
I'm
that's fine.
Hey, order you a
tuxedo
t-shirt.
shirt. There you go.
Gonna say, I'm Jesus.
So guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night, and
Yep.
we'll see you next week.
Yeah.